Hello everyone and welcome to Midweek News. So I'm going to be looking at the Mount & Blade 2 gamescon 2016 footage that is out, and it was out last week. And so the footage itself features siege equipment in the game, since it's focusing on what the siege defense aspects of the game are, and that's something that I haven't really quite seen in any Mount & Blade 2 videos. That being said, I haven't really been following up on what Mount & Blade 2 has been doing lately, so it could be that they've announced siege equipment months ago and I wouldn't know. But that's what I took away from this video, and I gotta say, that looks really good. Like, I'm really excited to see siege equipment in a Mount & Blade game, and it really adds another layer of siege to the game, and I really do want to try it out, see how it is. The defense siege, like the catapults and then setting it up on the barricades, is great, and at some point later in the video there's a guy there's like a hole over the gate above on the wall, so like if you're up above the gate, you can throw rocks at enemies' troops trying to barge the door down, and so you just kind of throw rocks on their heads. It's kind of entertaining. Then there's the assault side for siege equipment, and while you had siege equipment in Mount & Blade Warband, it was mostly just the siege tower. You had one, and you just kind of moved it, and it was just something that took time. It basically left your assault vulnerable for a period of time until you got the siege tower up there to go engage the wall. And that was the only thing you had. And now you have catapults, probably ballistas, although honestly I can't imagine how effective ballistas are against a wall. Maybe a wooden wall, but maybe not a stone wall. And then, you know, you have your battering rams. That's something new that didn't exist in Mount & Blade Warband. And you also have ladders. Ladders are now something that get carried and placed on the walls, so, and carried by troops. So it used to be that there were some castles when you went to go siege in Mount & Blade Warband that you would just siege. There would just be a ladder. You just climb the ladder, and it would already be there, and you couldn't do anything with it, and you would just do the siege. That's not going to be the case anymore, and that's exciting to me. I do like the castle choice. It's kind of like a Helm's Deep or something, kind of where you've got this encroached castle up against a mountain. It's kind of interesting in that respect. But the fight itself, or the siege itself, looks really interesting, and I do like the dynamic of siege equipment, or what siege equipment adds to the siege or to the assault. And so I'm looking forward to trying out this game. You gotta always be skeptical when you're looking at games footage from a con or any other kind of expo or anything like that, because this is footage that's been crafted by their team to become the best footage they could possibly create, and it really sets too high of a bar, I think, for what to expect from the performance of the game. So I would not expect that level of quality per se, and maybe some of the things in the game, like the way the siege mechanics work, maybe they don't work as smoothly as it's shown in the footage. But like I said, what you can take out of it is the addition of siege equipment does look like it adds a whole new level of tension and excitement to sieges. Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed till November 29th. This is after the previous release date of September 30th. So the game was supposed to be coming out next month. It's going to be now 3 months from now. Perfect time for a Christmas gift. So a lot of game studios like to release games in right after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, just so they can get that Christmas present. Get those sales right at the first month of release. And this comes as a bit of a controversy because it was leaked that the game would be delayed by an article in Gamenesia by a man named Ben Lemerix. I think it's supposed to be French, so the last name I think I butchered, but it might be Lemeru or something like that. I really don't know. X is always silent in French. That's all I know. It's about as much knowledge about French as I know. So this comes. There was a picture that he said came from a source that has provided him with reliable sources in the past, such as the trade-in deals with the new Nintendo 3DS, as well as release dates for Star Wars Battlefront. So he says that this person's credible, which doesn't really help us because we don't really know who it is. But there's a picture, and a lot of people are claiming that it has been photoshopped and it's not a legitimate picture. Some people will go as far as to say that this is fraud. What you're doing is fraud. You shouldn't be doing this. You're a shitty journalist. You should stop doing what you're doing. And some people even have been giving him death threats, which is ridiculous. This kind of goes into the same category as what happened with No Man's Sky. When No Man's Sky's release date was leaked that it would be delayed, there was a lot of people giving death threats then too. And so everyone wants everyone dead is what I'm getting at. Everyone wants everyone dead. We're all trying to kill each other secretly, but anonymously. We're not going to do. I mean, don't want to have our name attached to that. Just make a new account. Just make a new account and then say die. That's what the world has come to. It's crazy. I don't understand these people. Anyways, so the release, yeah. So they're claiming that this is fake, and that, it's illegitimate, but it seems rather irrelevant now that we have the announcement from game director Hajime Tabata officially announcing that the game has been delayed, citing that if they were to release it on September 30th, they would have to release a massive day one patch, in which it would be just easier and better for their community and better for if they just come out with the game in a much more finished, as a much more finished product. And I respect them for doing that, because I really feel like there's a lot of times where games just come out and they're like buggy as hell. We've had that experience with No Man's Sky, and then you're going, well, we need fixes right now. We can't really play this game, and in some cases, literally can't play it because it's just so unpolished. And so the whole case that this is like not true is really been flipped, because, well, if it wasn't true, then why did they officially announce the game as being delayed to that date? The thing is if this was fake, then they would have had to, I'm assuming they would have had to guess the date. And on the pamphlet itself, the picture, it shows the date, November 29th. So I don't really understand how if it was fake, how they could have planned it so precisely. And so while it may have, I guess it's possible that it's fake, but that's extremely unlikely, I think, at this point. Even if you do want to claim it's been photoshopped, and I actually think it's more probable that the people that said they didn't receive the pamphlet who worked at GameStop are lying. Or I think there were some people that are saying previous employees never received a pamphlet like this. Well, I'm more inclined to think that maybe there's a policy change where they started handing pamphlets like this. It just seems a little strange to me that people are. It's really weird the backwards logic that people have when confronted with their own backwards logic, and so like. There's been people who state that okay, I was wrong, the game is delayed, but they were wrong for posting it. It's and blaming the writer of the article for inciting people into a frenzy because they assumed your article was illegitimate because you used photoshopped a picture, and so it's insane. People are insane. I really don't understand what the big, like, game delays happen, right? They just happen. There's nothing malicious about them. They happen. They happen to a lot of games. A lot of good games have been delayed in the past, and so really there's nothing to it, and it really doesn't really matter that much. Even if it was fake, what would have been? It doesn't make sense to waste your energy. It goes, oh, that's fake. Let's just move on with my life, and then eventually someone will be like, hey, Final Fantasy 15, is your game delayed? And they'll be like, no, it's not delayed. We're coming out on September 30th, and that then the article loses credibility on its own, on journalism. Journalism solves the problem, right? So other people, just because there are other people who do journalism as well, not just this guy, then they can try to find out whether he's creating false narratives or whatnot. But that's just a whole other story. Anyways, the big news is that it doesn't really matter what people were saying. All that matters is that Final Fantasy 15 is going to be delayed to November 29th, 2016. And okay, that's fine. It's fine. We've been waiting for this game for like two to 3 years now, and it's been delayed in the past. It's just been delayed another 2 months. It's fine. It really doesn't matter that much. But I'll end the episode here. So if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.